So finally, I'm playing State of Decay 1 for the first time in 2024, 11 years after it came out. I'm absolutely in love with State of Decay 2. It's my favorite zombie game of all time and easily one of my top 5 favorite video games of all time as well. I was actually not aware of the fact that State of Decay 1 was a 360 title. I looked at the launch year, which was 2013, and kind of assumed that it must have been a launch title for the Xbox One, which was not the case. I got this game because I really wanted to see how this series started and what the first game was like. I'm almost 3 hours into it and the experience has been surprisingly good. The opening definitely felt super random. You're straight away thrown into action without a cutscene or stuff. You're controlling this guy named Marcus, he's got a buddy with him. You are in this tutorial area right outside Crumble. The game teaches you about the controls and stuff, which is pretty cool, and you also get to know the fact that these are pretty early days. The outbreak has just happened, so people haven't really figured out stuff yet. Some of the things that really surprised me were the absence of the stealth weapons. Like, there is no particular weapon for stealth. You just stealthily move up to zombies and bash their head to the ground. Looks super cool and is really over the top too, very different from State of Decay 2. Then the biggest surprise are the vehicles. They don't require fuel, and because of that I'm using them as a weapon in this one, taking out hordes of zombies using the vehicles, reversing into zombies, and just having a great time doing that. Another thing that really surprised me was the fact that the juggernauts in this one, they are able to get indoors, like enter into buildings. It was really surprising and really scary too. Another thing that I found really interesting is that other communities out there also have supply lockers which you can access once you befriend them, which was really interesting to me. I'm still trying to figure out whether it is possible to craft ammo in this game or not. If you played this one, please do let me know down in the comment section what to do and what is possible here in this one. I'm really enjoying the gameplay. I'm really enjoying the State of Decay formula here, and it's really interesting to see where they started from and where they got to in State of Decay 2 and what's to come in the future. I mean, playing this game makes me appreciate State of Decay 2 even more. It's amazing to experience the evolution of the series from the first installment to the second. I'm really enjoying it. I'm particularly enjoying the melee combat in this one. I don't know why I'm enjoying it more than State of Decay 2, but I'm having a blast with the melee combat in this one. Graphically, it is definitely a bit rough, especially when driving. There is a lot of pop-in, trees they appear out of nowhere, and it can be a bit distracting, but it is something that is not that big of an issue for me personally because I love the formula. I'm totally into it, but it is definitely something worth mentioning. Everything looks okay when you're on foot. It is an okay looking title. It is definitely not a good looking one, even for a 2013 game, even for a 360 title, but it is fine to look at, and it is all about the gameplay. It is all about the survival sandbox zombie experience. It is all about leveling up your skills. It is all about building your community, and it is fantastic in my opinion. For a first entry in the series, it is just amazing. There can be gameplay glitches as well. I ran into one where we were defending a house against waves of zombies, and zombies from one particular wave, they got stuck in an area, and it took me a while to figure out what was wrong, and after a while I did manage to figure out that zombies in an area, like, they were stuck there, so I had to go out there and take them out in order to progress to the next wave. So yeah, gameplay glitches, graphical glitches, rough around the edges, but it's a solid experience overall. Really well done. I'm definitely gonna complete this. I was really eager to see how the special infected look like in this one, and I was really surprised by the Juggernaut. It is very different from State of Decay 2. It really shows the evolution of the Juggernaut from the first title, the early days of the infection, the zombie outbreak, to the time period of State of Decay 2. Like, they are changing, mutating into something even more dangerous, which is really cool. Being able to see what they were like in the first installment, early days of the infection, to what they've become now and what they're going to be in State of Decay 3. It's really cool. I've not ran into any bloaters so far, so I'm really curious as to whether they're even present in the first game or not. Then there are no plague hearts, no plague cure as of now, so I'm also really confused as to what the end goal is. Like, what are we working for here? If you played the game, do shed some light on this. I'll be really grateful for that. If you're someone who's not familiar with the State of Decay formula, these games basically let you live the Walking Dead life. You have a community of survivors in a zombie infested open world. You can control any of your survivors. You can switch between characters at your pace whenever you want to. Their stats, they improve based upon your actions that you perform while controlling them. Like, if you're shooting with a character a lot, their shooting stats are gonna go up. If you're running a lot, their cardio is gonna go up. So basically, you are the one who's building these characters from ground up, like an RPG. What makes it really special is the fact that these games feature permanent death. Like, if you lose a character, if they die in the game, they're gone forever. So the stakes are really high. You have to go out there in the zombie infested open world looking for food, fuel, meds, materials, ammo, and whatnot. You're basically trying to survive. You're trying to strengthen your base. You have to make sure that your characters are well rested, well fed, and then there are other communities out there as well, both hostile and friendly, and you need to manage your relationship with them as well. You trade with other communities, you go out there trying to help them with their problems, you can recruit new community members, you go out there and clear out zombie infestations and whatnot. You simply live the Walking Dead life in these games. The combat is super fun, really addictive. You've got melee combat as well as firearms, but there is always a danger involved as the game features permanent death, so there is always a risk of losing a survivor if you're careless, and if you lose a fully maxed out survivor, it really hits you hard. The inventory management, the base management, everything has been done really well. The second game is bigger and better in every way, as it should be. It's an amazing title, really addictive, but this one, the first one, is really solid too. An amazing solid foundation for this series, an amazing beginning. Despite being raw, despite being rough around the edges, despite having graphical issues and some glitches as well, it is just an amazing experience. They really had a solid start to this series, and like I said earlier, this title makes me appreciate State of Decay 2 even more. Like, the evolution from the first one to the second one is just mind-blowing. They've done an amazing job. I'm glad that I checked out the first game as well. I'm really enjoying it. Do let me know what you think about the first title, and do leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Peace out.